Hello, this is Jaspreet Kaur. I am assistant professor in the MLT department in the Raymond University. So today I am going to talk about the tissue processing. So let's start with our topic. Tissue processing generally used in the histology. That's why before starting about the tissue processing, you should know what is the histology. Histology is generally the study, that is histo is comes from the Greek word histoika, which means the tissue. So all about the tissue and study about the tissue is the histology. So let's start with the tissue processing. First one, we should we take the read the slide. Microscopic examination is the method used to study the histological structure of the oral tissues. Is type that's why we need a tissue processing. The tissue should be appropriately prepared for the microscopic examination. Like there is a microscopic study that may include the study of oral soft tissue and the routine tissue processing. So secondly point is a study of the dental hard tissues like the ground sections and decalcifying tissue. Ground section is the normal tissues and decalcifying section is where we need to do a process of decalcification. That is, sometimes we have a bone sample. These samples are too hard to process. That's why we need to remove the calcium from the bone so that to lessen the hardness of the bone. Next is the microscopic examination. Tissue specimens must be thin enough, that is 4 to 6 micron, to permit the passage of the transmitted light. Treatment of the tissue specimen to allow the paraffin wax emitting is called the tissue processing. So aim of the tissue processing is to emit the tissues in a solid medium firm enough to support the tissue, give it sufficient rigidity to enable the thin section to be cut, which can be viewed under the microscope. As you know that microscopic is the instrument that is used to view the very small substance or the organism that we can't see with our naked eye. That's why we use the microscope. And tissue processing main aim is to thinning the tissue, making the slices of the tissue. Like we cut the vegetables in our kitchen, in the same way we cut the tissue for tissue processing. What here is not a processing like a kitchen vegetables, it's a little bit different processing. Source of tissue specimen is biopsy and autopsy. Biopsy is a type of sample that is taken from the living bodies, or the autopsy is the type of tissue sample that is taken from the dead body. So tissue specimen should be immersed immediately in some solution to prevent the autolysis and bacterial putrefaction. Autolysis is a type of process when for example, if we taken the tissue sample out from the body, there is some type of enzyme inside our body. When we taken the tissue sample out from the body, then these tissue sample may have some type of the enzymes, and these enzyme cause the lysis of the tissue sample. That's why this this process should be prevented, and to prevent this process we need to do the tissue processing. And bacterial putrefaction is a decomposition that is occur by the microorganism, especially by the bacteria. It's a type of microorganism. So tissue are to be preserved at its most natural form, that help in visualizing the structures and the structural defect of the tissue. So solution used for this purpose are called as a fixative. So tissue processing can be done in two methods, that is manual or either the automatic. So let's start with the specimen that is got to the lab, should be examined for. Here we taken the relevant detail of the patient and adequate size of the tissue specimen, and then labeling of the specimen bottles. Here also needs a fixative that we can use. Fixative is specially used to fix the tissue sample or for the fixation of the tissue specimen. Steps done to ensure the complete fixations are the sufficient volume of the fixative, and the larger tissue. Sufficient volume means that 10:1. You take the tissue sample in 10:1 with the fixative, and the large tissue, cut the large tissue into the smaller piece and then represent area to the send for the processing. Like in the tissue processing, we taken only diseased part of the tissue, generally from the gross examination. This is the diagrammatical presentation. Here you can see in the first picture, this is the sample that is taken in the container that have a fixative, and then there is a tray like thing that is known as a cassette for the tissue processing. In this cassette we kept our tissue sample and process it further. As a paraffin wax, if there is no cassette available, then we are using a different type L-shape mold. We studied it further, and now the paraffin wax is the immiscible with water. Tissue fixed in aqueous fixative must be treated to remove water. For example, why we need to fix the tissue in the paraffin wax? Because if we taken the tissue sample out, for example, if we have no bone in our body, then our shape is like a balloon. We have no shape or no rigidity, like that's why we need a supporting media of bone. That is a God gift, and in this time, when we processing the tissue outside from the body, then we need to give the support media to the tissue section. In that time, we give the paraffin wax as a support media. So, procedure used for the soft tissue processing can be grouped under like a fixation, dehydration, clearing, impregnations, embedding, sectioning, staining, mounting, etc. Next, this is a step. This is how you can fix, then embed, section, stain and mount the staining. And the common steps are of the water, alcohol in increasing concentration, that is from the 70% to the 90%. So that to dehydrate the tissue sample or somehow to hydrate the tissue sample. So, first step is the fixation. In this step we fix the tissue sample, because we study as in the previously slide, tissue become necrosis or tissue decompose due to the when we remove it from the body, and due to the autolysis or the putrefaction process, and that's why we need to fix the tissue sample. So, this is the fixation process. Fixation is generally done by a type of reagent that is known as a fixative. So, process involving the series of chemical events which result in stabilizing the protein and make the tissue resistant to the damage during the subsequently stages of processing and visualization. So, objective of the fixation is generally to preserve the living cell as closely as possible as a lifelike stage, and to prevent the autolysis of the tissue, that is prevent the decomposition of the tissue by the enzyme, and inhibit the bacterial and fungal growth, like inhibit the putrefaction, to make the tissue resistant to damage during the subsequently stage of processing, and to prevent the alteration tissue volume and distort any part of the tissue structure. Dehydration is the next step. Why it is done? Done to remove the water content from the tissue to allow the penetration of the paraffin wax, because we already studied that paraffin wax is immiscible with the water in the previous slide. That's why we did the dehydration, because the next step is with the paraffin wax, and done by passing through the ascending grades of the alcohol to prevent sudden shrinkage of the tissue, like the 50% to the 100%, that is a 50% to the absolute alcohol concentration. So, solution used here is a methyl and ethyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol and the acetones. So, coloring is another type of process that is come under the tissue processing. In this process, paraffin and alcohols are like not miscible. That's why so impregnated of the tissue by paraffin is not possible. unless alcohol is replaced by the fluid that is miscible with both alcohol as well as paraffin. This process is called a clearing. Xylene is one of the most commonly or routinely used reagent as a clearing agent. The term clearing comes from the fact that clearing agent often the same refractive index as a protein. As a result, when the tissue is completely infiltrated with a clearing agent, it becomes translucent and clear. The presence of the opaque area indicates incomplete dehydration. So, reagent used as a clearing agent is a xylene, chloroform, toluene, benzene, food oil derivatives, cedar wood oils, etc. And then there is a impregnations method, that is a embedding method. In this we are doing the saturation of the tissue cavity and the cell by spotting substance, which is generally but not always the medium in which they are finally embedded. That is, replace xylene with the paraffin by immersion in the molten wax 60 degrees Celsius. So, factor affecting the impregnation is the size and type of the tissue, clearing agent applied, or the vacuum embedding. So, generally there is a paraffin wax used for the embedding. Why we use the paraffin wax? Because its a property is melt up to the 60 degree temperature and solidify at the 37 degree Celsius. That is why we use the paraffin wax as a embedding agent. So, process by which the tissue is surrounded by the medium such as agar, gelatin, wax, which when solidified will provide the sufficient external support during the sectioning. Impregnated tissue transfers from the wax bath to the mold filled with the molten wax to get block of wax with the tissue specimen at the center with the cutting surface facing the base of block. So, this embedding process is done using the Likho's L-shaped mold or the ice tray, paper boards, or the embedding cassettes. Generally we use two types of L-shaped mold and the embedding cassettes, but nowadays embedding cassette is most commonly used because the L-shaped mold is a old method. This is the example of L-shaped mold. This is how you can put two L in this way, so that it make a square inside them like this. You can see. So, this is a ice tray tissue pack. Here we kept the tissue in the ice pack. So, next is a flow diagram that showing the embedding process. Like first picture that shows the how the embedding is done after embedding, after paraffining embedding of the tissue section, how it looks like. And then a second diagram shows the extra supporting media removal, and the third section shows the how the cutting is occur after doing the sharp cutting, how the section is appear, and then how we transport it. Then the sectioning, embedding tissue to be cut into the thin section of 3 to 5 micron of the microtome. Cut sections are floated on the warm water bath, help to spread the specimen and remove wrinkles. Floated sections are picked up on an adhesive coated glass slide. Glass slide kept on a slide warmer at 58 degrees Celsius temperature for 20 minutes to assure the adhesions, and the egg aluminum with the additive is commonly used as the adhesive agent in the sectioning. So, this is the two diagram of a type of instrument that is known as a microtome, that is used for the cutting of tissue section. First one is a manual microtome diagram, second one is a automatic microtome diagram. So, this is a microtome. In this you can see a slit area, that is a knife of microtome, and there is a mouth in the microtome. When you move the handle with your hand, then mouth come out, and with the knife the tissue sectioning is tissue cutting is occur. Now the next diagram show in this way. You can see this is how the tissue cutting is occur. Then there is a after tissue cutting a ribbon formation occur. This is how this is the area where knife is appear, and in the knife area this type cutting is appear like a ribbon form. This is known as a ribbon of tissue, and in this ribbon we taken it in the tissue floating bath to clear the wrinkle around them, and after clearing wrinkle for some time we taken it to the slide and seen under the microscope. So this is one by one diagram that shows how the ribbon form on the knife. This is how we kept the tissue section in the floating bath, and then how we taken the tissue sample on the glass slide for the staining and further for the microscopy. Thank you for watching.